Scott and Terry. I'm Scott.
I'm Terry.
Episode number 27. I don't know what that means. There you go. We've been talking a lot about anger. About why are we so angry? That's the question God asked Cain in Genesis 4. But our nation's really angry right now. And part of it is just the stress and the isolation and all the social distancing. That ramps up the stress
and
issue.
Fear. The fear of getting sick or dying.
Losing your job. All that kind of stuff. Then you tie in...
How do you make ends meet?
The election issues, race issues, all that. I mean, it's like we're just, so why are you so angry? Terry? Why are you...
I try not to be angry. I try not to be angry. But, I think lots of times we get angry when we don't get our way.
There's part of me that's taking this as a challenge right now to make her angry.
Oh, you can do it. You know how. But I think often...
Let me finish speaking here, right?
Oh, and I just told him a minute ago of something that really made me angry. So
I don't think you should be talking. Let me...
When
people cut you off, kind of makes you angry.
People cut me off or tell me to be quiet.
Right, well, if you could be just hush it. Let me finish. When you get angry, what do you do? That's what we're going to be talking about.
I hit you.
Today.
Look, I can hit you
physical,
again.
That makes the point right there. When we act in anger, we sin. That's why we got to deal with this today. We made it 1 minute and 34 seconds into it before Terry hit me.
That's right.
Ching! Winner, chicken dinner. Why are we so angry?
Because we don't get our way. And because other people disagree with us. And because we want things to be fair. We grew up in a country where we think freedom means that I get my way. Like Burger King, right? You want it your way.
I never liked Burger King.
Well, whatever. That was their slogan, I think.
Oh, yeah, it was their slogan. That's right.
Get it your way or whatever. And we want things our way. And when anybody opposes us getting our way or puts us down, and what did you say today? Anger is always a secondary emotion.
Yes.
Something happens to you, and then you feel
something.
You feel left out or frustrated or less than or made fun of, unjustly accused, and then you get angry.
Right.
And then, all kinds of bad things.
Or just about too. We didn't talk about that. I didn't talk about it in church today, but you get tired. You get angry,
hungry.
You're hungry. You're a little hangry. Respond to that, right? Yeah.
Especially with little kids, sometimes they're just hungry.
So anger is a response to something else we're feeling. So that's why, I really do like that. The whole imagery of Cain there when God says, "Why are you so angry?" It's not about the sacrifice. It's about Cain's responding in anger. God's like, you better be careful. Get that anger under control. Don't do something you're going to regret.
You suppose? So that story has always bothered me. Like, I wonder if he hadn't killed his brother, would God have given him another chance to get his sacrifice right? To get his offering right? Or was it,
right, well, see,
you
I don't
failed
think it wasn't about the offering. It didn't matter. If it wasn't the offering, it'd have been something else. It was the story is in the Bible. I think the story's in the Bible. Nothing to do with the offering. The offering is just, it would have made sense to the readers to go, oh, okay. They would have understood a little bit about it. It wouldn't have been random to them. To us, it feels random. The issue is, Cain got angry. Did he have a right? I always have a right to get angry. I have a right to get angry because of what you did. Right?
Because I hit you?
Right, you hit me, so I'm angry right now. I have a right to get angry. God's thing, God never deals with that now. God doesn't address it. God just says, look, I get you're angry. What are you going to do with it? Mm-hmm. Be careful because sin's right outside your door, ready to pounce on you. Because that James 1:20 passage, I'm going to keep going about it. That's a powerful passage for me. That human anger does not produce God's righteousness.
A right relationship in life that demonstrates Him. Nope.
Right. And it made me think, there is not a moment in my life I can say something good came out of my anger.
I do think, though, that if I had been Cain and God did not like my offering, I'd be really hurt. And then, I'd probably be angry that, Lord, I did everything I could.
Why do you kill your brother? Why don't you kill God?
I don't know. I wouldn't go and kill somebody, but...
You seem to be a violent person with the amount of hitting we do.
I'm sorry.
Right?
I'm not really sorry.
But that's the issue is, and that may be why God's like, you better get your anger under control, because sometimes your anger is not directed at the person who gets hurt.
Right.
Right? You're like, I'm mad at Sydney who's over there typing on her phone, but you're the one I hurt, right? Right?
Spite. I mean, it's just so often it's a response.
So how do we control how do we respond in love and not anger? That's the key. Right.
That is so the
Count
crux.
to 10. 1.
Yeah, right.
2.
Well, first you have to realize that you're angry. Sometimes some of us just blurt bleh, and let it back out.
I don't know anything about that.
I know I do.
I don't.
I get mad. I think for
I'm
me,
very reasoned and thoughtful, and I
think for me, it maybe I don't count to 10, but walking away, I try and walk away, and
walk away.
No, walk this way. That's a song, right?
Mm-hmm. That is a song. So it's walk away, walk away.
Oh, I don't know. Walk away, walk away.
You too. Okay, moving on. I'm angry now. But sometimes you walk away.
Walk away, catch my breath, if I can.
Yeah, that's why, like I said, I don't like that passage of don't let the sun go down on your anger. I mean, there are some days I need to sleep it off. I don't need to respond in the moment. I need to say, hey, Terry, get out of my office now.
That's just honest. I think that was just being honest. You needed space. You know, I like driving. It scares me the number of people that get angry while driving.
I don't know anything about that
I know,
either.
right? You? But for me, I think I just...
If you drive a Beamer, at least drive fast, please.
Wow. I do have a ticket or two. But, you know, with driving, you have to, I don't know, I just expect people to be jerks. And I never had a problem with, I'm always worried about missing the off-ramp, okay? I'm always worried about missing the off-ramp. So I slow down and get back. Randy would always speed up to get in front of the car to get off that freaks me out. And then it pisses the people off behind you. So that's sort of a perspective and an approach. I don't know. Not everybody can do that, though. I know driving is a man thing, and you gotta be in front.
That's not. You can't. No, that's being sexist. I know a lot of grumpy female drivers.
Maybe.
All right. How do we respond in anger with love? How do we respond? How is it?
So if you choose, I guess, for when we're talking about driving, that would be demonstrating love, right? To choose to put the other people first and slow down.
Yeah, maybe it is as simple as God asked that question. Why are you so angry? It's that moment to pause, to look within ourselves. What's going on within me, and begin to, like I said, with anger, we're confrontational,
right?
Face to face. What if we come alongside of each other?
I love what you said today, that just because someone says, let's use the exact example, Black Lives Matter, and you want to respond with Blue Lives Matter, just because they say Black Lives Matter doesn't mean that Blue Lives don't matter.
Right.
They can't just let it stand alone. Sometimes I think anger is like grief, having done some of that. And you have to just say, I'm sorry. That's the only nice thing to say. The only good thing to say.
When somebody's angry.
When someone's angry, sometimes
they're venting at you instead of responding back, you're just like, I'm sorry.
Because if you say to them, oh, at least this, or, this Blue Lives Matter too, all you're doing is decreasing the value of their frustration and their pain.
You're not acknowledging their pain and their hurt. I mean, that's why, that James passage 1:19 is important, because be quick to listen, slow to speak. A lot of times in anger, we're doing this when we should do this. If we'd stop responding to tweets or social media stuff or posts and responding back, feeling like we have to make our point, if we would come alongside and go, tell me what you mean by that. Tell me why that feels painful. Tell me what the hurt
That's
is.
the quick to listen part.
Right.
You have to choose to listen and not be hurt by what you hear, right? You have to, like you said, you said you have to look at ourselves. But sometimes looking at ourselves is when we get the angry, because we're protecting ourselves. So maybe somehow we can't let what we hear. We have to listen with God's eyes and ears, not ours.
Yeah. Okay. It's just hard.
It is.
I mean, when I'm angry, I'm not. I mean, the problem is what I'm hearing is the response to anger is to calm, be still, look within yourself. When I'm angry, there's nothing calm, still, or looking within me. It is swords drawn, shields up. Let's go, baby. Yeah,
it's not trying to understand the other person.
Right.
It's not looking from their point of view, and that's why.
Maybe the issue that anger. I talk about this. Maybe the way you deal with anger is not in the moment, but before the moment. That you have to be filling your heart with goodness and love and joy, that you can't in your anger moment go, oh wait, let me put Jesus in here now.
Right.
You know, it's got Jesus needs to be in here before the anger moment. If you're angry,
so your first response should be, you know, how does God see this? Not, oh yeah, I need to look for how God would see this.
Right. Well, I think in anger, if it.
Well, like God told Cain, check your anger, dude.
Yeah.
It's gonna run you rampant.
Yeah, it'll tear you up. Look within yourself. Maybe to realize that, you know, in anger, it is pause, stop, don't respond in anger.
And even sometimes don't respond at all.
Yeah, truth of the matter. Why do you need to say something?
I find a lot of times, especially with emails or text messages, that can escalate because sometimes in what you read, it can just, you could read it wrong or you could read tone. And sometimes I ask myself, is this going to help anybody except make me feel better?
Right.
And if I don't need to, I don't need to say the words for me to feel better. I can just choose to believe my own way.
Yeah, I guess that's why sometimes I'm quiet.
You quiet?
Oh, I am. There are some, because I'm like, what good is it going to, I mean.
Only when you shut the door. Then you know, ooh, Scott's being quiet. He's not letting it out.
I'm getting angry.
No, you're entitled. You, Gary.
Would you please just stop talking?
Thanks a lot.
Why, and you know, but how do we, I said that in the sermon, how is our go-to to respond in love, not respond in anger? What about it? Every moment, I do have, you know, that we...
There's not a formula.
Yeah.
You want there to be a formula. Other than praying about it. I love that you said you can't do it. There's no way you can do it in your own power. I'm sorry. You just can't.
That's true.
If you haven't chosen to put Jesus in your life and have a godly
and you're not filling your
world,
soul with, you know, you can't wait till the angry moment to fill your soul with good stuff. Right?
Well, yeah. You can't, I mean, but even filling your soul, if you don't have hope that there's something bigger driving your life.
Right.
Then just be angry. Then, I don't know, it'll eat you up. That's the other thing. Anger will eat you up. You have to
yeah, for sure.
You have to find a way to communicate that anger too. It doesn't do good to just ignore it. Some people...
It's worse to ignore it.
Some people stuff it down, okay?
That's not good.
Some people...
Drink it out. That's not good.
Spew it out. And some people stew on it, and just constantly share it with everybody around them all the time. And unless you can give it to God, the anger, you know, essentially it's finding a way to, acknowledge it and then take it off. Acknowledge it and take it off and then find a forgiveness.
Maybe that's what I'm talking about with one of the best ways to respond to anger is before you get angry, to have done the things where you've released some of the stuff. Like a lot of our anger is that built up, pent up anger, and then this happens and we explode, right? It had nothing to do with you and everything to do with this.
That you'd had 5 other ones.
Right.
This was number 7.
You're number 7, and you came in on number 7.
Done.
Right? Now you're mad and I'm mad, and it goes. So, but if I can acknowledge in the moment, I am angry about this because I feel like I'm losing whatever, you know, or change or whatever.
Or people don't listen to me. People don't understand.
Are my value, right? All that kind of stuff. So, yeah. So, do we have any responses of how not to be angry? Put Jesus in your life. Good.
Right.
Thanks, Chad.
Well, okay. First, recognize that you're angry.
Okay, recognize you're angry.
See if you can figure out
what the cause
what the first emotion was, or the first issue that caused the secondary anger. And then you have to find a way to release it. Either forgive the person or look in your own heart to sever ties with that person.
Yeah.
Or
sometimes exercise.
Right. Eat something.
Well, I'm not sure about eat something.
That's not the best response, but it is a response.
It leads to ice cream issues.
And barbecue issues.
No, barbecue's good.
Chocolate.
You know, but yeah, I mean, to acknowledge it.
And then sometimes you're just going to have to ask God for help to, overcome it.
Well, yeah, and I think sometimes being God, I'm angry, I'm hurt, I'm bitter, that's why I don't want a lot of people to read my journals when I'm dead, because I write about you in them, and
That dang blonde woman, she parked in my spot. She cut me off.
Right.
She broke into my office and wouldn't give me any time to think.
Right, yeah. Several documentations of that. Things. Right? But in my journals, that's a way of getting it out. I think you have to get your anger out in healthy ways.
I pray out loud in my car when I'm driving often and acknowledge the things that are frustrating me and say them out loud, and then lots of times they are less scary or angry, frustrating.
And too, if I really do believe God's with me, if I really do believe God's got this, why am I freaking out so much? It doesn't really depend on me.
Well, and the other thing I do, it doesn't depend on us if God has it, right? And the way that you can feel strong in that, or at least that I can't speak to you, but I can speak to me, is that when I'm scared or frustrated or angry about some situation, if I can look at all the ways where God is faithful and has seen me through the challenges before, and God is providing way more than I deserve, if I can balance the scales to my gratitude for what God has done, then it helps me to diminish the pain I feel towards this angry thing.
Yeah.
So that's like that verse, Philippians 4:8. Whatsoever things are good and lovely and of good report, and if there be any virtue, if there be any praise, think on these things. Right? If we think on the good things, not the angry things.
All right, so that's what we've talked around our table. That's a good one to end on. Think on these things. So, what are some things you need to think on so you won't be angry? What?
Or first off, think on what is it that's making you angry. And you know what? Some people don't even admit they're angry. They just say, I'm not angry, I'm frustrated.
All right. Which is...
I'm not angry.
Right.
I'm abused. I'm not angry, I'm left out.
Do they talk that way?
No, that's just me. That's just me. Perhaps that's my voice.
Right. So, anger is a secondary emotion. So, why are you angry? Maybe spend some time searching your heart, searching your soul. But then think on the things, when you feel yourself getting stressed. I mean, for me, one of the things I'm doing, I go to walk the beach now on a regular, from the office. I'm like, I'm going to get out and walk on the beach because...
sea air.
Right, it's good for you. Salt air is good.
It's about 10 degrees cooler over there.
It is. So, there's some things you can do, yourself, that can help you release the steam so it doesn't explode, right?
So that you don't have to say those cutting words.
That's interesting. I was watching some movie, it was Passenger, and the reactor's getting ready to explode because it kept fueling itself. And the way you vent it, you let it out in healthy ways. There are some healthy ways. So what are some healthy ways you can let go of your anger?
Exercise.
What are some things you can fill your soul with that are good? And what makes you angry?
Surround yourself with good people.
Anything else we need to know?
Come back to church on Sunday at 9.
You got to sign up.
Or online.
Well, you do have to sign up online.
To come live.
Yes. You can watch it online, but you got to sign up to be here.
And we love both ways.
We do. Anything else we need to know?
That's all. We want you to tell us about any. Do we want to ask them books that they're reading?
No, because you're gonna have to read the book, and you said you didn't want to read the book.
I didn't say I didn't want to.
I get angry when I have conversations that get brought up in the
I
camera.
said I need time to read the book if I haven't read it. Whatever.
Do you have a book you think we should be discussing? Terry would like to know so she can put it on her reading calendar.
That's right, because I'm pokey. He's brilliantly fast.
Anything else?
No.
We are glad that you joined us today for Table Talk. Don't forget to subscribe, like us on the social platforms, or all that kind of stuff.
Share it with your
if I've
friends.
offended anybody with my comments about Android's not of God, it's of the devil, it is true.
I wish I had stock in Apple. Holy cow.
Okay, let's pray. God, we do come to you, and our nation is angry at each other for lots of things. And it's fear, and it's anxiety, and it's all kind of issues. But we can seem to be at each other's throat. May we stop and be still and listen to each other and to you. May we fill our souls with the good stuff and let some of the bad stuff out in healthy ways. That sounds good for today.
Yes, Lord.
Amen.
Amen.
Peace out.
You're supposed to go like that.
Okay.
Lame.